The first person we have as a speaker is somebody who has a 40-year accomplished career in the aviation airline industry. I mean, he has wonderful children who are grown up to be contributing adults, and he's a master at history about Haiti and how overlooked narratives can actually bring us together. So I'm going to turn it over to my good friend Roger, where he can share his insights that we all can come together more cohesively.
Good morning, Friday networkers. I want you to cast your mind back today, way back to when you were a toddler. Remember that glorious, unfiltered, colorblind curiosity? A new face wasn't a stranger. It was a potential playmate. A different language was a funny sound, not a barrier. A different skin color, just another shade in the crayon box of humanity. Toddlers don't see race, religion, or nationality. They just see another human, another adventure, another heart to connect with. A scraped knee was fixed with a hug, not a judgment about who you are or where you come from. But then something happens, doesn't it? As they grow, the world starts to whisper. Then it shouts. The lines get drawn, the us and them narratives begin to calcify, and suddenly the world that was once a giant playground becomes a minefield of misunderstandings, misconnections, and often outright division. We as parents want our kids to be tolerant, and tolerance is fine, but it's the bare minimum. It's like saying, I tolerate my coffee. You don't love it, you don't celebrate it, you just put up with it. But you entrepreneurial parents, you don't build empires on tolerance, do you? You build them on vision, on connection, on strategic advantage, on deep understanding, and on forging meaningful relationships. And you want the same for your children. Because in this rapidly shrinking, interconnected world, tolerance is a recipe for being left behind, a strategy for mediocrity. My name is Roger Persaud, and I'm here to show you a completely different path. A path to equip your young adults with something far more powerful than mere tolerance, communication mastery, and the hidden histories needed to forge deep, meaningful connections in a diverse world. This is the essence of the global citizen dialogue. We believe in recapturing that innate, open-hearted curiosity of a toddler, but equipping them with the wisdom, the historical context, and the communication mastery of a seasoned diplomat. We empower young adults not just to acknowledge diversity, but to leverage it. Let me give you a taste of the kind of stories that aren't just fascinating, but fundamentally reshape a young mind's understanding of the world we live in. Imagine the Roman Empire, the undisputed superpower, right? Their legions, their empires, their seemingly unstoppable conquests. Now, imagine a fierce, one-eyed African warrior queen from the kingdom of Kush, Queen Amani-Renas, who in the first century didn't just resist Rome, she defeated it. She led her armies, she outmaneuvered their generals, and she forced the Romans to a peace treaty on her terms. Not a surrender, but a treaty between equals. Folks, this isn't just a cool story. It's a visceral lesson in leadership, resilience, strategic thinking, and defying expectations against overwhelming odds. Your child learns that power isn't always about size. It's about spirit and strategy. Then let's journey to the Iberian Peninsula, to a period often brushed over in textbooks, the golden age of the Moors in Europe. For nearly 800 years, yes, longer than the entire history of the United States, while much of Europe was in its dark ages. Al-Andalus, modern-day Spain and Portugal became a beacon of enlightenment. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side, collaborating, innovating, and translating ancient texts that had been lost to Europe. They gave us algebra, advanced medicine, astronomy, intricate architecture, and libraries holding hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. This wasn't just a cultural exchange. It was an explosion of knowledge that directly sparked the European Renaissance. Your child learns that true innovation flourishes not in isolation, but in the vibrant intersection of diverse cultures and faiths. Now let's come back home to North America, to the profound and powerful story of the Osage Nation. Long before European contact, they were a powerful, thriving people. The arrival of the French in the heartland increased their wealth. They were the best furriers south of the Canadian border and even had a building with European furniture so their customers shopped in the furniture of their custom. Lewis and Clark were so impressed, they told President Jefferson how sophisticated the Osages were and suggested that they be invited to the White House. They went to the White House not once, but twice. Despite that, they lost all their land in the Indian Removal Act. And in a stroke of pure genius foresight, when they were forced to purchase their reservation in Oklahoma, their leaders insisted on retaining the mineral rights beneath the surface. No one could have predicted that this land sat atop the largest oil deposits in North America. So in the early 20th century, the Osage Nation became per capita the wealthiest people on planet Earth. Imagine that. But this immense wealth cast a dark shadow, attracting unscrupulous individuals who orchestrated a horrific reign of terror where over 600 Osage men, women, and children were murdered for their head rights. They continued to fight in the courts, and in 2011, the U.S. government settled for $380 million. Just a drop in the bucket. Their story, though tragic, is a profound testament to their profound resilience and their fight for justice and their enduring self-determination. It forces our young adults to grapple with the ethical complexities of resource management and the devastating consequences of greed. Now, finally, let's consider the audacious story of the Haitian Revolution. In the late 18th century, on the French colony of Saint-Domingue, enslaved Africans rose up in revolt. Led by the brilliant Toussaint Louverture, they did the impossible. They defeated not one, not two, but three European superpowers, France, Spain, and Britain, and declared Haiti the first free Black republic, the only nation successfully formed from slave revolt. But here's the kicker. Who benefited? The United States. Napoleon Bonaparte, frustrated by his defeat in Haiti and the decimation of his troops, effectively gave up his American ambitions. He made a stunning decision. He offered to sell the entire Louisiana territory to the U.S. for a mere $15 million. This monumental purchase, which doubled the size of the United States instantly, would not have been possible without the Haitian Revolution. Your child learns that history comes from a complex, interconnected system, and freedom's ripple effect can reshape continents in unexpected ways. These stories aren't just narratives, they're blueprints for understanding leadership, resilience, cultural exchange, justice, and the profound interconnectedness of our world. We don't just teach facts, we cultivate a mindset. We equip your young adults to critically evaluate information, communicate emphatically, and to advocate for inclusivity in their communities. This isn't about memorization. It's about igniting curiosity and generating and fostering genuine empathy. As entrepreneurial parents, you understand the greatest competitive advantage comes from seeing what others miss, from building bridges where others see walls. This program is your strategic investment in your child's future leadership. It's about giving them an unfair advantage in a world that desperately needs bridge builders, not wall builders. It's about ensuring they don't just survive diversity, but they thrive because of it. The world needs much more than tolerance. It needs global citizens who can forge deep, meaningful connection. It needs people with knowledge. If you're an entrepreneurial parent who wants to give your young adult a truly transformational advantage, one that prepares them for a future that demands more than just basic understanding, then I invite you to take the next step. Let's talk about how the global citizen dialogue can empower your child to become a confident, culturally aware leader and a true bridge builder in our interconnected world. Book a complimentary strategy call with me, Roger Persaud, to discuss how this program can specifically benefit your family. Visit calendly.com/Roger Persaud. Don't just prepare your children for the future. Equip them to shape it. Thank you for the privilege of your time.
Roger is a master storyteller. I love it. He's a master storyteller. Thank you, Roger. That was very insightful and helpful. And I'm sure we'll have comments and questions later about it. So looking forward to that next.